Hello and welcome to this episode where we'll talk about the event and how you should best use it. Now, as you're probably aware, the March of the Goblins is to do the anniversary of Diablo, running from the June 6th Diablo time. So wherever you are in the world, you'll have to check. For me, it'll probably be the 7th, so do keep that in mind. The event, as you can see, it's the Sunday the 2nd of June for me right now. So if anything comes out that changes this, then alter it. But I would believe this is obviously going when it says the Mother's Blessing. I would assume the best way to use it would be that they start it on the 7th and go 10 days from there, which would bring it to the Sunday, which would then give you another 4 days to claim any of the gifts. Now, this event, seeing as the Mother's Blessing seems to be an afterthought, this seems to be their thing, give you a popcorn, bunch of items, and give you big rushes of ooh, ah, which most people won't get. The biggest rush will actually come from trying to kill as many goblins as possible. The actual drops, you get way too much rubbish already, even legendary, because you do get a bag that I assume once you reach 95, it will drop 925, else it will probably drop whatever the highest tier you're at. And yeah, the Mother's Blessing seems to be a afterthought. My belief is because Microsoft made everything way more expensive but didn't actually add any way to put the gold in. This is their oops, we made a mistake, but we're not going to admit it. Microsoft has done that in other games that they have taken over. They have made, to do an example, say they gave you more stash space straight up. They would then give you 50,000 more things to actually keep in your inventory, which then you'd have to use your stash for. That's their sort of thinking. Now, the Mother's Blessing, as I said, it doesn't actually say. It might say later, you only got a couple of days, so maybe after the weekend they'll say, but I reckon it will start around that Friday, Saturday. So 7th, 8th. So you'll be trying to level up a alt character that you not necessarily want to, because you get 25% extra XP. If you use the double potion strat, you'll be able to do 16% more XP and then 25% on top of that. And then if you're in party, you get obviously more. So if you run around Helltide and stick around the Blood Mother, Blood Maiden, whatever her name is, you'll be able to get even more. So you'll get probably 30% on top of your elixirs. So that's the ideal way to level up a alt character once this event starts. Otherwise, just level up a character and try to get this 50% multiplicative gold. Now, the gold, you won't really see a massive increase because 50% multiplicative won't make you rich. You'll go do the whispers. If you're lucky, you'll get 3 to 5 million at the higher end. Sometimes you can creep up to like 6. Yes, the 10 million odd will be nice to if you get the greater caches from Tree of Whispers. These guys should drop a little bit, but unless it drops items you want, I suggest, only for this event, you sell every single item you get off these goblins. Especially the 925 gear is going to get you between 50 and 150,000 per item, depending on the item. Do not salvage it unless you need the resources, which, unless you're just starting to play, you should have plenty of resources from getting rid of all the useless gear you have already. So the strat would be kill all these guys, get all the drops, get the gear. As soon as you get the gear, then sell it to the vendors. Don't break it down by the blacksmith. And then use the 50% multiplicative on Tree of Whispers to then get some gold there. And then sell all that stuff. So this event, I recommend you just sell. Before, after the event, I never suggest you sell anything because the gold just ain't worth it. It is worth it more now, but you gotta sell a lot of stuff, which these will drop. So it sort of works together because that's how they suggest you earn money, not actually Tree of Whispers. That's the meta to get gold, because it drops gold in a large number. Their actual strategy for you getting gold is actually to sell your items to the vendors, which no one does because they don't give good enough cash just for general drops. So seeing as we're going to get probably 10 times as much stuff in a play session, which means you could end up selling between 500 to 1,000 items, depending on how long you play in a day. If you do this, let's say it goes 10 days, it's like 8 days or whatever, the Goblin, but say it includes this, so you're running the Whispers as well. So you're doing it 10 days, 8 of this is selling gold, so you're selling between 3,500 and 8,000 items, each for 50k to 150k a piece. And then you're also running the Tree of Whispers, which is dropping you between 3 and 8, probably on average, but you could end up being 5 to 10. You'll end up with the gold you need for the rest of the season, probably out of this event. And if you don't plan on playing much longer in this event, level up an alt character that, say you're playing a barb and you want the crit damage, so you level up a rogue during this, get all the stuff, which this should drop all the scrolls as well. So you get all the scrolls, get the rogue up, then you got a crit damage character for your barb. If you don't plan on playing much after, log in enough to do this. I'm sure there'll be some sort of catch other than just we're giving free stuff. I'm sure you probably got to do something or log in at a certain time frames and all that. But log in, get your stuff, and then just get out. Don't bother doing the rest of the event if you're not going to play after the event, because this is purely for players that are going to play after the event, because Microsoft could see that they stuffed up and they're using the event to promote the gold for the people that need gold, because either they got a lot of alts and they're constantly trying to mastercraft stuff, or their build isn't tippity top, or they're just very bad with their gold. Obviously, if you don't play much, gold would probably have been quite hard this season, so do use this if you are running short on gold, to just sell everything, get Tree of Whispers, get the free stuff, and try to just maximize what you can get out of this event and kill as many of those goblins as possible. That's what my strat will be, so catch you then and have a good one.